Hi, this is Lana Lisa Williams, and today is Sunday, January the 23rd, 2021. Can't talk today, but I'll try. And it's kind of a rainy day outside, which is unusual in California. And, it's kind of boring because everything's shut down still. I can't go to Starbucks and sit there and drink my sugar-free vanilla latte, venti, of course, with my laptop and write while watching other people in Starbucks sit there to get away from all the bustle and hustle of their everyday lives and write also as they enjoy a very expensive, elitist coffee drink. Yeah, I don't always go to Starbucks, but yeah, sometimes I do because I play the star games and I get lots of free stars and points, so I get free stuff. That's pretty cool. You have to know how to do Starbucks. I even have a Starbucks cup. Yeah, which I'll show you another time. Well, back to where I am. I'm in California in a little town in the Central Valley where we have almond trees and pistachio trees, and it's really pretty actually out here, and the air sometimes is good. We do have some refineries of oil not far away, so sometimes the air is bad. But today I think it's pretty good. And I got dressed up because, I was bored. What else to do besides get dressed up? So I got dressed up in my new princess gown, that I'm wearing. I'll show you a whole video, the whole look of me in the mirror in a minute. This is from India, and I have lots of friends in India. Hey, Dev. Hey, everyone in India on Facebook. And I have friends in Pakistan. So, hey, you guys in Pakistan, I hope you're doing well. Hi from Lana in California. But I love the design that the Indians make sewing all this. There's like this amazing like red ribbon and the contour and silver and gold and glittery things and lots of bling and embroidery. I mean, I got this at a really bargain price because it was final sale on softsurroundings.com, my favorite go-to princess dress catalog online. Yeah. So, dress up like a princess, put my hair in a ponytail just to be different, little bling, my cross, which is reversible, kind of, that you can see it better when it's just silver. And I'm here to talk on a rainy, boring day where I've stayed inside all day about some amazing stuff. So, first I'll give you a little tour of my room in California. And sadly, I live in this room alone in a house with other people with a real sweet grandmother. In Spanish, it's abuela, and she is una abuela dulce, a sweet grandmother. Yeah, I've run into very mean grandmothers. My last landlady was a very mean grandmother. Naughty, naughty you. Shame on you, abuela, mal, which means bad grandmother, for making me move. I didn't do anything wrong, but on the other hand, it worked out for good because that's what God does. Sometimes, and a lot of times actually, He takes something bad and turns it into something beautiful. And He shines light into the darkest places. There's a light behind me. There it is in my room. But God does that. He shines light into dark places. And I was devastated at having to move at the beginning of December in 2020 after a horrible long year of being stuck inside other people's homes. So I rented a room and I'd already had to move because my former COVID crazy landlady, who was not a grandmother, nor was she a mother, she was like 40 and yeah, she was really fit and in shape. But I'm telling you, she was so mean to me, and she like smoked me out and burned me out of her house by burning sage all throughout the house all the time. And I'm highly allergic to smoke. And so I had to go. Stayed in a motel, a cheap one, for a month. That was expensive. Shame on you. And you know who you are, lady. Crazy COVID landlady. I wrote about her in my blog, but I even had a video, but I deleted it because I thought, you know what? I don't want to remember all that stuff. And really, people don't need to see how awful she looked when she was burning sage in her house, dressed in her really in shape, like yoga mat exercise bike gear that you would wear at the local health spa, which most of them have been closed in California. So in California, we've been pretty much under lockdown in our homes for almost a year. And I haven't seen my husband since last March. Yeah, he called me on his birthday, March 12, 2020, to say, oh, there's no more visitation in the prisons. Oh my gosh, I was devastated. He was devastated. We were both practically crying, but we didn't because we wanted to be strong for each other. But, I went from spending all day Saturdays, 6 hours in relative freedom in a private prison with him in the courtyard, walking around hand in hand, feeling like a princess, eating food from the vending machines on our little metal green table in the courtyard, rain or shine, hot or cold, because everyone else wanted to stay in the big old visitation room with all the tables and the TV going and the crowds. Yeah, and all the vending machines and stuff, but we wanted to be alone. So we went outside. Yeah, we did, even when it was really hot and I was sweating, or really cold and we were freezing, or in the rain and we got wet. We didn't care. We could hug, we could kiss. It was wonderful. I miss him so much. And I spent the 4 major holidays in 2020 with him. Well, the first one starts at Christmas 2019, and then the next one's New Year 2020, and then there's 4th of July. Yeah. And then there was Thanksgiving. I spent all those holidays with him in 2019. And then 2020 came around and I couldn't even see him after March. So what does a girl do when her soulmate, her husband, the man she loves, is in prison, not far from where I live, and I can't even go visit him? I am thinking I shall go, protest at the gates of the prison wearing this dress, maybe. Yeah, with a big sign saying, "Set Jose free." Now, I have emailed and sent letters and even official paperwork to the governor of California. So, Governor, you know who you are, Gavin Newsom of California, I am imploring you, please set Jose free. For 2 years I've been writing you and not once did you reply. And I know you've got a lot on your plate, what with COVID and, people not liking you and trying to recall you. Yeah, get you out of there. Because, you say everybody wear a mask, and then you go to a fancy party at a French restaurant that's so expensive I couldn't even afford to drink coffee there. And you don't even have a mask, and all the people with you are inside and they don't have a mask, and it's like a lot of people and you're not social distancing. You were not 6 feet apart. That was a big scandal, dude. So totally make it right by setting Jose free, and then we'll be even, you and I will even campaign for you and try to keep you from being recalled. Because I know you really do care about prisoners, and I am imploring and entreating and begging, set my my husband, Jose free, please. Thank you for listening. That was just for Governor Gavin Newsom of California, who has broken his own mask and social distancing rules because, hey, politicians think we're up here, we can do what we want, and you guys way down on the bottom, yeah, you have to do what we say, not as we do, but as we say. Well, hey, there's something wrong with that, and we need to hold our leaders, what's the word? We need to hold them accountable, because if they're going to tell us to wear masks, they should do it themselves. Yeah. All right, so back to Sunday, and I'm wearing my princess dress, and, Billy was really bored, didn't go anywhere, didn't even go to church, shame on me, was up really late Saturday night, last night, watching a scary movie on my computer, because of course I have Wi-Fi and a laptop, it's Apple, and a Samsung S10 phone. Yeah, I know Samsung phone isn't compatible very well with my Apple laptop. I spent all day trying to pair the two up so I could send some of my files from my phone to my computer, and it just did not work. And I'm pretty good with that stuff, so go figure. So I was up with my computer in my little room late, didn't get up for church, and I do regret that. But, really, why does church have to be on Sunday morning early? Let's think of another time, okay? Another day, that would be great. Yeah, just like in the Bible, I'm pretty sure in the New Testament, when the Christians were meeting in the book of Acts, it wasn't on a Sunday morning early. Okay, read it, see for yourselves. It was nighttime a lot of times. Yeah, okay. But we're lucky to even be able to meet at all or to sing. Oh, yeah, Governor Gavin Newsom said you can't sing in church. And you can't even go in church. It has to be outside. Well, give me a break, because Walmart's open all the time and people go in Walmart. And you know what? I have seen a lot of people in there, not so much social distancing, especially on Black Friday when there's a big sale and people are shopping. Go figure, they still want our money. Oh, yeah. So Governor Newsom, that whole thing about not singing in church was really kind of not very nice. So I'm holding you accountable for that and for setting Jose free. So this is like for you, okay? From Lana LLW. Lana Lisa Williams, that's me. All right, I'm going to show you a tour of my room, but first you have to see my whole dress. I know it's silly. I'm going to show you in the mirror. So there I am. Oh, yeah. Oh, hope I don't look too fat. No, not too bad. See, this dress is beautiful. Oh, I am not the camera woman. It's a beautiful dress. Trying to move the camera so you can actually see. Isn't it pretty? And it's got like these red things, and it's got bling on the back. Can you see? Where's the mirror? This is embarrassing. Okay, around. There we are. Yeah, I'm a really great camera woman. See, it's got stuff on the back, so that's how the dress looks in the back. Oh, I love this dress. It makes me feel cheerful. So, you can just dress up to feel cheerful on a rainy day in California when you spent most of the night watching a scary movie on your laptop computer, and then most of the morning trying to figure out how to pair your Samsung S10 Galaxy phone to that laptop computer, and you didn't even do it, although you even bought an app from the App Store. I want my money back, Apple. It didn't work, okay? Can you do that? Thank you. So now for a tour of my little room, and then I've got some things to share. So here's my room. Yeah, I'm going to show you outside because it's all gloomy and California's not used to this. There's outside. I am lucky I have a beautiful master suite, and that's outside in Central California. We've got rain, clouds, and it actually rained yesterday. I mean, when you see rain in California, you think, wow, it's the end of the world. Shall we build an ark? That's a little exaggeration, but it's practically that way. Okay, so back to my room. I have this lovely glass doors leading to the back patio and the yard. And to the right of that, I have my little table I use when I put my camera on my little tripod to make videos for you. And on my little table, I have a coffee maker, a hot tea maker, and I've got photos of me and Jose in a little chair I sit in. Got to show you these. Okay, so I have stuff from China and my kids and me and Jose. And my favorite one is this one right here, where we're just hugging each other. I love it. Gotta love the difference between blonde hair, blue-eyed, white, tall woman and a dark Latino man. I totally love the Latino look. I think his hair is beautiful, his skin is beautiful. I do not have to have a white guy. In fact, sometimes I wish I were a Latina and not a güera. Güera means white woman. Güerita, if you're being nice, it means little white woman. So there's my beanbag chair, which I sometimes sit on just to give myself a break, and my little table for that. And this is my white prison bag. My clear prison bag I used to wear when I taught English in a prison. Yeah, we had to have a clear bag so you could see all the stuff inside, so we weren't smuggling in anything like guns or bombs. Yes, I met Jose while teaching English in prison, and yes, he was one of my students. Big scandal, but we love each other. He's a Christian, he follows Jesus, and God changed his heart and mind. Jose let him do it. Jose didn't murder anyone. He didn't rape anyone. People always ask me, oh, that's my door. Why is he in prison? I'm like, it's none of your business, but he didn't murder or rape anyone. So this is my food closet, and I am a prepper. So, by the way, I have 2 series on my YouTube channel. One is Lana Lisa Teaches English, and the other is Survival Woman, the prepper part. But I am combining the 2 lately because to learn English, you need to speak it, immerse yourself in it. So all of you want to learn English, you watch all of my videos, okay? And some of them are about prepping and surviving. But if you listen to English, you will learn it better. here's my prepper closet. I've got up here all my envelopes and my paper for writing stuff, because people actually can write with a pen on paper or a pencil like people used to do. You don't have to have electronic stuff all the time. My ribbon, because ribbon is really strong and it's very useful. My snacks, like my dried plums and my tropical trail mix, that stuff is so good. My craisins, healthy food, and Truvia, because I don't like sugar, my spices, and I can make hot chicken broth, and my coffee, which is of course the cheap version from Sam's Club. And I have tea in here, and I have mint tea back here. Yeah, this is really good. Everything is backwards when you see it this way. Oh no, it's forward today. Good. My mint tea. And I have my green tea, my bag of green tea, and my peanut butter, because protein's important. My canned foods, such as canned peas. Down here I've got other canned food and very important protein bars and snack bars that are healthy. I'm trying to do the whole healthy thing. More canned food, more healthy snacks, and of course healthy meal replacement drinks. I have one every morning like this. Quest. Got these on sale at Sam's Club. It's like half price. Totally, you got to buy stuff when it's half price. And a good prepper has a variety of canned food. Like I've got canned Chef Boyardee ravioli and canned beans and oatmeal in the packet. You just have to add water to, and dried fruit, and cookies that are really healthy. The fig bars, they're really healthy, and crunchy bars for what are these? Oats and honey, Lucky Charms cereal, because once in a while I've got to be like a kid. And Pop-Tarts. Of course I have Pop-Tarts. This woman who I am, survival woman, is not going down without my Pop-Tarts. Strawberry, and they are unfrosted, so they're a little healthier. Or so I tell myself. And of course, more Atkins stuff, because Atkins is really good. Low sugar, low carbs is the way. And I've got my Atkins low carb, low sugar coconut chocolate and coconut peanut caramel bars. Because really, if you want to be in good shape, you got to cut out that sugar. It's white poison. All right. So, and tortillas from Sam's Club. These are the good kind. Whole wheat tortillas. Yeah, we're being healthy. And I eat these with butter that's real butter, or olive oil that's real olive oil, because I lived in Turkey and I learned how to do the Mediterranean diet with real olive oil. I'm going to say goodbye to my closet. For some reason it's not closing. Okay. Sorry, this is moving around too much. We're going to go to the other side of my room. Okay, so there's my little, hope chest with my silk, my beautiful silk scarf from China, 100% silk with a beautiful little thing. It's warm. All right, and my bed, which I had to put together myself, this white frame. And there it is. You can't have too many pillows. Yeah, and a little table by the bed. And over there, I've got my suitcases with clothes in it, because I don't have a dresser. And you never know when you have to go quick. So a prepper should have suitcases with clothes in them ready to go. Got my little personal refrigerator. And, pretty healthy stuff in there, like healthy juice that's low sugar. Well, I guess I could open it. Let's see what's in there today. So I have healthy oranges, healthy apples, healthy juice, some yogurt, because yogurt's really good, stuff like that. So have pretty healthy food if you can. All right. And that's a card from Jose for Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah. He made me lots of cards, and I love his cards. There are more cards by my table by the bed. Oh, I should show you one, but maybe I'll get there last. Then we have the really cool, I'm backing up, the really cool private bathroom with 2 sinks and plenty of cabinet storage and a walk-in closet, chock full of all my stuff, my prepper stuff. I have really cool prepper stuff, but I'm going to do another whole other episode on my video of my cool prepper gadgets that I have and my to-go bags that are ready to go. I'll just give you a glimpse. So this blue thing right there is my to-go bag ready to go. It's kind of backwards. And let's see where else. Oh, and that red bag back there is full of my really cool prepper gadgets like radios and solar powered chargers and world-class long distance walkie-talkies and and I've got lots of bottled water and I've got lots of coats and vests because even there's my globe, lots of clothes, because you've got to have stuff to barter if the world goes where we're all thinking it's going and we're prepping for it. You need to stuff to barter. Like I have extra clothes so I could barter clothes. And I've got like water because I don't want to barter that, but it's important to have. I have more under my sink, lots of bottled water. Oh, and I have my own little water filter, Brita. It's not the most expensive, but nice. I have my healthy green superfood, 2 helpings of vegetables and fruit in every serving. I have that every morning. So you got to be healthy if you're going to prep. Yeah. Then I have the bathroom with the tub and, a toilet, but I'll need to show you that. So I'm going to just show you back to my little table. I want to show you some of one card that Jose made for me. Oh, you can't. Okay. So this is my favorite. These are hummingbirds he drew. Look at the detail in the feathers and the colors. And the sky, that's me in the foreground and him in the background with roses. And there's a butterfly and I love him. And he said there, wow, who gets stuff like this handmade? And I miss him so much. Thank you for the handmade cards. All of you out there should start drawing things again with an actual paper and colored pencil. Just an idea. All right, so much for that. Now, what else are we going to talk about? Me. I'm going to sit down in my little chair. Yeah. In the corner, the one by my coffee maker. And there's the pictures of Jose and me in the back. I showed you this table. Coffee makers. Over there's the outside door. So what are we going to talk about? I'm tired just from walking around my room holding a camera and talking so much. I'll go figure. I really need to be in better shape. So I want to talk about not my allergies. I have terrible allergies. I want to talk about Christmas, although it's January. I got this beautiful card from Jose, and it came in this envelope. It's such a colorful envelope. Yeah. And inside was this simple card. And I just love this card because it tells an amazing story that I did not write this story. I did not make this story up. This story happened 2,000 years ago. It was God's plan to send his only son as light into the world and a big star to show everyone where he was. And mostly shepherd boys and girls maybe came to visit him. He was born in a stable because there was no room in the inn. God's own son who made the whole universe, the whole planet, and each of us who makes love exist became one of us. And that to me is the most radical, revolutionary idea in the history of this planet. That God loved us so much, he decided to become one of us and to teach us and heal us and speak living words of hope so that we can go on surviving in our own little lonely room. I mean, I was here for Christmas. I spent it with no one. Is that depressing or what? Yeah, a little depressing. Same for New Year's. The only excitement we had at New Year's was when the other renter had to go to the hospital because he drank too much vodka. No, I'm sorry, it was tequila. Yeah, too much tequila. That'll do it. Oh, by the way, you should have some alcohol to barter during, the apocalypse because it's a good thing to barter. Never barter a gun or a knife because that could come back and hurt you. They could use it on you. Never barter a weapon, but you could barter, and don't barter your water unless you've got plenty of it, or food unless you've got plenty of it. Some clothes, you could probably barter those if you've got enough. You're not going to need a whole big wardrobe. But anyway, bartering, yeah, that's no fun. So back to words of living, life, and healing. He came to bring us and speak to us and heal us, and he died for our sins and rose again. So I love this simple little card with Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus and the shepherd boy and the sheep and the wise men who came from the east with gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh. Had to show you that. And I think the wise men might have been wearing something like this, kind of from India. Why not? And I have lots of friends in India who know who the wise men are, who know who Jesus is. They know Jesus, and they send me messages on Facebook, and that's kind of fun. And in Pakistan too. And someday I'm going to get over there and visit you guys, I hope. Can't afford it right now, but someday. So I wanted to talk about writing fantasy novels. This is my fantasy novel. Yeah, and that's me on the cover. This is called Selah of the Summit. Oh, it's backwards. Let me turn it around. Funny. Okay, it's backwards when I do it that way. Selah of the Summit. And that's me, I know, me dressing up for the Renaissance Fair in Big Bear, California, with my shield that has a tree on it, like the tree of life, and my little necklace and my funny looking tiara crown thing I've got on my head and special earrings. And I have a green cape. It's really dark green, so you can't really tell that it's green, and my funny peacock dress. And I'm dressing up with sort of an old-fashioned map of the world behind me because this is a fantasy novel. I'm going to go back to me. Isn't this amazing? You can do this with the camera. It's a fantasy novel, and I think fantasy is important. And I got a master's degree in English from San Diego State University, and I majored in English, but I also minored in history, and I especially liked studying children's literature and fantasy because famous fantasy novelists like J.R.R. Tolkien, whose Lord of the Rings got made into amazing films set in New Zealand, where I used to live, and I saw places those films were made. And that's amazing. And C.S. Lewis, a friend of Tolkien's, a Christian writer who wrote the Narnia stories, and my kids grew up on those. And I love all that fantasy. And a fantasy author will tell you that you need fantasy to understand the real world around you. And that's why people write it, to help them understand the real monsters they have to fight. They create imaginary monsters, like in Lord of the Rings, there were the ring wraiths, really scary black-robed creatures who rode sort of zombie horses, and they were zombies themselves, and they followed the poor Frodo Hobbit who had the magic ring and tried to kill him and take the ring of power back because that ring had power, yeah. And that was the whole thing. That's why it's Lord of the Ring. And yeah, so those were really bad monsters. And I was watching on my computer last night a show called Sanctuary, and it's about this group of people who have this really cool looking castle-like place to live in New York City, which I don't know how they could have afforded. I mean, it'd be millions and millions of dollars to buy something like that. But the lady who directs it's not exactly completely human, so and she's really old. She's 157 years old, but she looks like she's 35 maybe. Anyway, so they made a sanctuary for all the monsters in the world to come and hide if they're being hunted, or the dangerous ones to be kind of put in a safe place, kind of like a jail, so they don't kill people, because some monsters, they just want to go kill people, and there's really nothing you can do about that. I mean, like in the King Arthur legends, there were the dragons, and those dragons were not going to talk to you. They were just going to raise their big wings and breathe their fire on you and roast you to a marshmallow, a black marshmallow roasted thing, and then eat you, probably, So Sanctuary is cool because it tells about this group of people. One's a psychologist, the other's a medical doctor. And the other is like really good with security, and there's a computer guy, and they kind of hunt down these creatures that are not quite human, and they give them a sanctuary, a place to live where they're safe, or the world is safe from them, because they're put in a kind of really nice, fancy cage. But it's a really nice cage, like the creature that almost killed the director's daughter. He was really bad looking guy. I think he was some kind of lizard, a giant lizard. And I'm pretty sure there was no like talking with this giant lizard dude. So they had him in a really nice big cage with lots of fern trees and flowers and not much light because he didn't like the light. So he had water and lots of flowers and fern trees to hide in, because lizards like trees. They like to hide in trees. And so they put him there so he wouldn't hurt other people. Yeah. And so he wouldn't be killed either, because, if we don't understand something, we might hunt it down and kill it like a monster, And so fantasy writers, like I am a fantasy writer, and Selah is my favorite book that I've written. And I'm writing Selah 2 now, and soon I'll have Selah 3. And you can read more about that on my blog or find my books on Amazon. And, I talk about them on my YouTube channel, but fantasy is an amazing thing, because you put the monsters that really exist in the world into a book and try to understand them. And how would you fight them, or how could you protect the world from them? Do they always have to be destroyed? Or could you find like a nice place for them to live where they don't mind if it's not 100 miles big? I mean, it's just like, a few acres, and they can move around and make it their home. A lot of people would be happy with that, even monsters. So if you have time, watch Sanctuary. It's just a few years old, but the graphics are pretty good. In the intro to the show, it's a TV show, and I think the creatures they have are pretty interesting, and like the whole idea of people who find non-human creatures and give them a sanctuary, a refuge, is really cool. And so I was reading in my Bible, Psalm 91 talks about how the Lord is a sanctuary for us. Yeah, read it. Check it out, Psalm 91. It goes something like this. He or she who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the wings of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, you are my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I will trust. So the Lord is like our fortress. A fortress is a sanctuary. A refuge is a sanctuary, a place you can go and hide from the world. So read Psalm 91. You can find any Bible. I think it's really beautiful. It has a lot of more verses, but I'm only quoting the first part because that's all I totally remembered really well. And I think that the Lord is my sanctuary, even in this room when I feel alone and I stay up too late watching a scary show, which then I'll dream about all night. That's not always a good idea to watch a scary show right before you go to bed. Jose tells me that all the time. Lana, did you watch another scary show late? I'm like, yeah, sorry. Oh, well, that's why I woke you up at 10 a.m. when I called. Yeah, sorry. Well, it's the pandemic time. Who cares if it's 10 in the morning? It's not like school's open and I can go teach. Hey, Governor Newsom, let's open those colleges and universities again so I can go teach. This is to you. Yeah, I'm just focusing this on California. I'm staying out of United States of America, Washington, D.C. politics today because I covered that yesterday, and I'll do more on that. But hey, California, let's open those schools, okay? And then I'll get up early, like at 6, like I used to do when I was a teacher. And I'll go every day and spend all day and work really hard and come home really exhausted and go to bed because I'm so tired I can't even think. Yeah, let's do that again, okay? Little irony there. Sometimes we are getting a little lazy and we're not dressing nicely. We just stay in our pajamas all day or a robe or whatever and walk around barefoot. There's a joke that if you're talking to someone on Zoom and you only see the top half of that person, it's because the bottom half has only the underwear, not even, no pants even. But I think it's time we should start dressing up a little, like my princess dress I've got on from India today. So I would recommend that you buy my book, Selah of the Summit, Selah. And to tie everything together, that word Selah is Hebrew, and you can find it in Psalms. And it means in Hebrew a musical pause or interlude. And I think that's really a beautiful meaning. So take out your Bible. Mine's over by my bed. I showed it to you the last video, little green Bible I have. Look at Psalm 91. Look at all the Psalms. They're really comforting. Psalm 23 is, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. That means I won't have any needs. He leads me in the green pastures. Now let's go. I know that one. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me to lie down beside still waters. Yeah. He leads me in green pastures. He restores my soul. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup, it's the only cup I've got, runs over. We'll pretend that's running over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Dwell means live. Learn English by reading. Get an English Bible, start reading the Psalms. They're easy. They're like little songs, happy little things. The Lord is my shepherd. Shepherd is someone who takes care of the sheep. We're all like sheep sometimes who need a shepherd. I shall not want. I won't have any needs because you take care of me. So I would just like to share that the Lord loves you and can take care of you too. And he's done that for me. It's amazing I'm still alive and I can still wait for Jose. And I hope all of you have someone you love and someone you're waiting for. If that person isn't already by your side, I hope and pray that you will wait and one day you will have a grand reunion. I imagine when Jose is freed from prison, I hope it's soon because he keeps sending that Governor Newsom letters and emails and official paperwork asking, please set him free. It's been long enough, okay? You know, the prisons in California are 95% full of Latinos. Yeah, Mexican American type people. I'd say 95%. When I worked at a prison, a private prison, 95% were Mexicans, American, Latino types, hardly any white guys, 1 or 2 Asians, and not even that many black guys. So what does that tell you? Maybe they're really poor and they can't afford a good lawyer. There's a language barrier sometimes. They don't speak English. Sometimes they're not great at getting a translator. So Governor Newsom has been known as a governor who really helped prisoners. I found that out when I called him a week ago, and I got hung up on by a very frustrated aide to the governor because I was saying, oh, please just come on, just let Jose go. I've been asking for 2 years. And he just said, well, our governor is known for helping prisoners more than any other governor. Bang, he hung up on me. Governor Newsom, your people shouldn't be hanging up on us. That does not look good. That's just going to fuel the fire of the recall Newsom campaign. So, hey, invite me to Sacramento. We'll sit down over tea and talk. Okay, this is for you, Governor Gavin Newsom over there in Sacramento. I know I'm not important, but I did teach English overseas for 5 years in Russia, Turkey, and China. And I would challenge you to go do that, something like that. Just go do the same thing. Go over there for like 5 years as a normal person and teach English. See how that goes for you. Yeah, right. You might need a job unless you like listen to us poor ordinary nobodies in California. You might need a job and you might have to go over there. So please do listen to us. set Jose free. Thank you. I hope you heard this, Governor. I do expect a reply. Since you've never, ever replied to like all the letters, I don't know, 20 I've sent in 2 years, I'm expecting a reply. Okay. The rest of you, I hope in your area the politics are not so weird as they are in America right now or in California. And I hope you have a great new year. And I hope this little talk encouraged you. And I would like to sign off saying, God bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you and give you peace. Goodbye.